please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Well, the stock that's been moving around in the last 1 week or so is KRBL. The stock saw a big spike, but post their numbers, we did see some selling pressure on the stock. Now it's below 500 rupees yet again. Well, to understand what's going on with regard to the numbers, what's the outlook for FY19? We have Mr. Anup Gupta, the joint MD of KRBL, who joins us on the phone line. Hi, Mr. Gupta. Thanks so much for joining in. I want to talk about your numbers, sir, first, but just want to discuss this entire issue of the United States putting sanctions on Iran. Does it impact your business at all? I believe that India exports around 4 million tons, and out of that, 800,000 to around 1 million is what India exports to Iran. So does it impact your business or not at all?
Not at all. You see, basmati is a staple food for Iran, and it's an essential commodity. The sanctions are from last 15 years on Iran.
Okay.
Regularly export is going. I don't see any threat on the basmati sector.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Gupta, good afternoon, sir. Let's start talking about your numbers then. This time around, we've seen a bit of a dip on the top line, though because of the better cost controls, you've managed to maintain your margins. Is there any more headroom from here, or do you think these are optimum levels in terms of margins?
You are talking for the quarter or the year?
For the quarter, sir, first.
Quarter, there is a dip. Yeah, there is a little dip of. It's a dip quarter on quarter. Year on year is about 4% dip. Hello?
Yes, yes.
Year on year, the dip is around 4%.
Okay.
From 914 crore, it has come down to 881 crore.
Okay. So let's...
That is...
Yeah. So, Mr. Gupta, let's get a couple of details from you then. What were your sales volumes in the last year? What you did, around 450,000? If you could help us out, what was your sales volumes? Break it up for us in terms of domestic as well as exports. And in the coming year, what do you like to do?
Last year, ending 18, we have done 481,000 tons.
Okay.
Out of which export was 168,000 tons.
Okay. All right. And what about pricing? Yeah.
What about?
Yeah, you were telling us, sir, and balances?
Balance is domestic sale, which is our branded sale.
Okay. What about realization, sir? If you could help us out, how has pricing been moving in the last few months and going ahead? Do you see scope for a price increase from here?
You see, if you talk of 17, our domestic realization was 41 rupees a kg. And this year, the realization has gone up from 41 to 53 rupees a kg.
Sir, could you tell us what's the kind of cash you have on your books?
Cash revenue, you mean this year?
Sir, on your balance sheet, what's the cash that you have?
We have around 1,800 crores.
You have 1,800.
And what's the plan for the utilization?
This is invested in the stocks, I mean. Whatever cash we have, it is invested in the liquids, in the stocks of rice and paddy.
Okay, all right, sir. But, we had spoken to the management around a year or little less than that ago in FY18 itself. And we had asked you all, could there be a possibility that you'll do a buyback? At that point of time, you had left it at that could be a possibility. Is that possibility still on the cards, sir? At that point of time, the stock was much low, actually. Then we saw a one-way run. The stock is corrected from the top. So is there a possibility that your shareholders can look forward to a buyback from KRBL?
Yeah, it was discussed in the board meeting, but it was deferred for another 3 months, 90 days, up to the next board meeting.
There's a possibility you'll discuss it again?
We'll discuss it again in the next board meeting.
Okay, when is that, sir? At your Q1 results, there's a possibility that you...
At the quarter, yeah.
Okay, all right. Could you also tell us, sir, what is the current inventory you're sitting on and what is the price of that inventory?
Yeah, inventory, you see, we have got a paddy of around 300,000 tons.
Okay.
And the average price is around 32 rupees.
Okay.
And we have an inventory of 330,000 tons of rice.
Okay. So put a value to that entire inventory that you're sitting on?
Last time
I think you told us it was more than 1,000 crores.
No, it is much more.
Okay, so what is that number, sir?
Just 1 minute. Actually, these papers. Paddy, we have for around, paddy is around 950 crore.
Okay.
And rice is around 1600 crore.
So you're sitting on inventory of close to 2,500 crores.
Right.
Okay, and the price, what is the rice price of that inventory? On a
Rice is valued at, paddy is valued at 31,552 per metric ton. And rice is valued at 42,278 metric ton.
Okay, all right. Give us some more details, sir. GST was levied in the past year. Has it had an impact on your business? And very quickly, if you could tell us, as a percentage of sales, what is your advertising cost?
If you talk of our marketing cost of the domestic sale, it's about 4 to 5%.
Okay.
It's around 75 crores.
You're looking at maintaining it there?
Yeah, we are maintaining it.
Okay, and what about GST? What kind of impact has it had on your business?
You see, if you talk of the consumer pack, which is our 75-80% sales, there is no impact. But if you talk of institutional pack, there is a dip of around 7 to 8%.
Oh.
There is a dip due to GST because the buyer of that product is generally an institution, restaurant, hotel, Horeca, and they are not getting the input as per the new GST law. So there is a little dip in the institutional pack.
Okay, all right, Mr. Gupta. Thanks so much, sir, for joining in. We're going to hold you at that one. In the last few months, you all had looked at a buyback, and going ahead as well, you're saying that could be a possibility that you will take that up. Thanks so much for joining in. All the best for the remainder of this fiscal.
Let's focus on the telecom space for a bit, where the tariff war is just getting fiercer, with Reliance Jio now unveiling disruptive postpaid plans for both domestic as well as international calling. Reema Tendulkar is standing by with the details of the latest postpaid plan. Reema, what's the new rate card looking like?
Yes, big cracks in the stock price of telecom stocks. They've anyway been struggling. Bharti's down more than 25% in 2018. Idea is now down close to about 50%. The negative news today is Reliance Jio, after disrupting the prepaid segment, is now targeting the postpaid segment with its first offering called Hello Postpaid. So for a monthly payment of 199 rupees, you get 25 GB data, unlimited voice, unlimited SMS, premium subscription to the Jio apps, as well as some benefits on international calling. Now, this postpaid segment that Reliance Jio is trying to crack into constitutes about 5% of the subscriber base. But these are your premium customers. They have higher average revenue per user. So the revenue contribution to the industry could be as high as 20 to 25%. And that is the market Reliance Jio now wants. With its monthly offering of 199 rupees, it is cheaper than peers, which could be in a range of about 400 rupees. Not just that, Reliance Jio has also significantly cut international roaming rates. So calling to US or Canada can be as cheap as 50 paise per minute. Now, all this will clearly impact the revenues of incumbent players, which is why the stocks are trading weak today. A big cut seen in both Bharti as well as Idea. Kotak believes the impact on the revenues will be about 6 to 7%, while CLSA says the impact on Bharti could be 2 to 4%. On the Idea Vodafone merged entity, the impact could be 7 to 23% of their revenues.
Standard disclaimer: Reliance Industries, the promoter of Reliance Jio, also controls Network 18, which owns CNBC TV18. Okay, the stocks though are under pressure. Bharti Airtel has moved to the low point of the day. Idea is down nearly around what? Close to around 10% as we speak. We have Himanshu Shah of HDFC Securities who joins us on the phone line. Hi Himanshu, thanks so much for joining in. Himanshu, what's your take on this, this particular issue that's playing out? Do you believe pricing will bottom out here? Do you believe there'll be a bit of an uptrend? And if you could give us a sense on your rating on both the stocks.
Okay. See, the impact of Jio plan, postpaid is small segment of customer base, but high ARPU, and thus contributes almost 20% of industry revenue. Now, considering the high tariff gap between prepaid and postpaid, price-sensitive subs should have already moved or downgraded themselves. This postpaid base should thus be corporate subscribers or those who don't worry too much on tariffs. Thus, until Jio penetrates in this corporate segment, the impact on BVI may be limited. Bharti, Voda and Idea. Despite this, some churn or renegotiation of tariffs in postpaid segment can't be ruled out as possibility. Now, if we assume a 15% of high ARPU postpaid subscribers churn, rupees 350 ARPU loss for them, and another 15% renegotiate with their existing telcos by, say, rupees 100 lower, that is total of 30% subscribers. This could impact Bharti's EBITDA by almost 1,200 crore and of Vodafone and Idea combined by 1,500 crore. Now, in this case, the per share price impact would be like 27 rupees for Bharti and 15 rupees for Vodafone and Idea. We have already seen similar price correction in recent past, including that of today. So from a price perspective, a significant impact is already there. What is important is basically whether Jio succeeds in grabbing competition's postpaid subscriber or not. It is trying to attack the profit pool of Bharti, Voda and Idea, making them further weaker. It has already impacted Bharti, Voda and Idea through unlimited voice, IUC rate cut from 14 paise to 6 paise, IUC cut on international incoming calls by offering feature phone for 2G customers. Probably postpaid was the last segment left for attack by Jio. So hopefully all the negative share prices should be behind us from competition perspective.
Himanshu, you're saying it's a higher ARPU base for postpaid. Could you be able to tell us what is the difference between the prepaid and postpaid? Is there any number to that?
So postpaid ARPUs as industry ARPUs are as per TRI data was 348 rupees last quarter, almost 350, and postpaid and prepaid is around 80 rupees.
Wow. All right, Himanshu, we'll let that digest, but thanks very much for joining in. So basically, RELG are now looking to attack the profit pool of these telecom companies, and which is why you're seeing